In the NICU at Multicare Deaconess Hospital, we are especially excited to be the first hospital in the Pacific Northwest to introduce this exciting technology. The NTRAINER is a well-researched device that offers two functions, one for assessment purposes and one for actual therapy.
One of the things that keeps premature babies in the hospital the longest is that transition to learn how to feed by mouth. That's really an advanced skill that truly is something that only term babies are born with.
So as part of my role as a neonatal therapist is to support babies and their parents in obtaining feeding skills.
With the NICU, you have all these step forward and then you have all of these step backwards, and it's really hard sometimes to feel like you're progressing.
The NTRAINER therapy can be done during the baby's tube feeding or before breast and bottle feeding while being held by a parent whenever they're available. During the NTRAINER assessment, we're able to get objective data and analyze sucking patterns to determine when a baby is ready to transition from non-nutritive sucking to transition to breast or bottle, and to help build parental confidence.
In a situation where you really feel, I think, helpless and powerless, it gives you something that you feel like you can help your baby with. You can help them progress and get closer to coming home because there's a hands-on activity that you get to touch your baby and do something that you feel like is progressing them.
We can track the progress made from 31 weeks gestation when we start this intervention up until the time that the assessment indicates that the baby's ready to eat.
To see, oh my gosh, he really has those bursts of sucking and then the breaks, and how unorganized it was in the beginning, and that now, oh, it is organized and he is closer to being able to nurse. That was such a good visual.
During the therapy mode, the NTRAINER provides patterned oral stimulation through gentle pulsing through the pacifier to stimulate an infant sucking. The pulsing acts on the baby's peripheral nerves in their mouth, which sends a message to their brain, laying down essential neural pathways required to feed in an organized manner. After therapy is provided, you can see how different the assessment looks over time. You can see in these more mature patterns that the baby has learned to pause and support their breathing. The NTRAINER has been extremely helpful in our setting, not only to improve babies' quality of sucking, but also to advance their feeding endurance. I think it's so important to have a device like the NTRAINER to engage parents earlier in their feeding journey with their baby. I think it's really important because it's so stressful for families that are in the NICU. They kind of feel the loss of that parental role. And this is just one more thing they can do in addition to their diapering and their other care, is to be able to offer some therapy for their baby whenever they visit, and to learn how to read their nonverbal cues.
In my experience, what I saw was that the baby that didn't use the NTRAINER was not very good at pacing and just wanted to eat ravenously, and the baby that had a lot of the NTRAINER training was really good at pacing. He would take breaks, he would pause, he would breathe, catch up. Especially, having them both on the first time nursing, you could really see the differences.
Whatever we can do to get babies home to their families is what we're striving for in the NICU. There hasn't been anything that really decreases time to full oral feeds, and the NTRAINER has been shown to do that in a recent multi-center study. We're excited that we were able to reproduce that here by significantly decreasing our length of stay and getting babies home with their families sooner.